Hi guys, this is Yair from Ren the Dog. I hope you stay safe these days. I know it's crazy times now, but we are continuing with our series of lectures beyond Selenium. Hopefully that after this crisis and after you'll listen to all of our lectures, you'll be ready to be the best Selenium developer out there. Okay, let's start with our lecture for today. Today's topic is to switch between tabs with Selenium. First, we'll study how to open a new tab, and then we'll study how to handle the window handles of Selenium, and also we'll study how to reuse our code in order to make it more efficient. So let's start. Let me first demonstrate you how we'll start our test today. The first step will be to navigate to google.com. After this page will load, we'll open a new tab, and then we'll navigate to Rain the Dog website. After this page will load, we'll open another tab, and we'll navigate to YouTube. And then we'll go back to Google and go back to Rain the Dog website. In all cases, we'll do some assertions. First, we'll assert that the title is the title we're expecting, in this case Google or YouTube, and under Rain the Dog website, we'll also assert the URL. So let's get started. Let's open IntelliJ and open our project from previous lectures, and we'll right-click New Java class. We'll call it Window Handles Example. Here I can annotate the test. First, we'll maximize our driver. And as you probably remember, we're always extending the common actions that we already created before. Then we'll do driver dot manage dot window dot full screen. Maybe we'll do maximize. I think it's better. Okay. Then let's navigate to Google. Driver.get. After we're navigating to Google, let's get the Google window handle. How do we do that? Let's declare this variable. Get window handle. As you probably saw here, we have window handle and window handles. The handles gives us a set of strings. We'll discuss this method in a second. Okay, now we'll start by opening a new tab. How do we open a new tab? There are several methods. We'll do the JavaScript one. So we can use the JavaScript executor, okay? We'll declare it here, JavaScript executor. And then we need to have the parentheses around it, and also here. And we do driver dot execute script. Then we'll do window dot open. It will be, since we're opening a blank page, it will be about blank, and we need also this one. That's it. The open about blank. Okay guys, I've got an error because the window maximized. I've investigated this error online. There is a problem with my Chrome driver, the version. I need to update it. So we'll not do it today. let's just delete this line and let's run it again. Let's see if everything is working properly. Okay, as you can see, we've navigated to Google and we open a new tab. How now can we recognize this new tab? First of all, we have the window handle. Before we open a new tab or a new window, it's the same one, it's just a window handle. We stored the Google window handle because that's the only one we had before. So after I open a new one, now I can have this set. So let's declare a set in Java of strings. String. We'll call it window handles. And we'll get the window handles from the WebDriver. Now we can iterate it to find our new window handles. So let's write a for each loop. If the current window handle that we have equals to the Google window handle, so we'll continue. So we need to negate it. So if not, the current window handle equals the window handle, we know we got the second one. So let's declare it outside. We'll call it other window handle. Okay, and other window handle will be equals to this window handle. So what have we done here? We're iterating over the set, and of course we'll have only two strings in this set. If we'll bump into the Google window handle, so we'll continue. The other way around, we'll just assign this value to the other window handle. Now we can use the other window handle, so we'll do the driver dot switch to window, and then we'll say let's switch to the other window handle. We have two window handles, the Google window handle and the other window handle. Now we just need to switch to it. Then we can navigate. Let's navigate to raindedog.com. So let me define this URL outside, string rain the dog URL, and it will be http raindedog.com. So we'll go to this URL, current URL will be driver get current URL. Let's see if we ended up with raindedog.com or we are in a different website. And then we can assert equals URL and current URL. I mean raindedog URL. Okay, since I'm asserting this URL, I might have a different result. So let's just add this slash, because I think when I'll get the current URL, this is the URL I'm gonna get. But the main point is that it will written here raindedog.com. We can also make it contains, but we'll go with the assert equals. Let's run it. Okay, our test has passed. Now, what do we do if we want to open a new tab? The third tab now. After we know how to deal with this window handle, so we probably need to copy this line again. But a good practice is whenever you need to copy a line more than one, maybe we can use a method to do this for us. So let's write down a private method which will call it open a new tab. This method will need our WebDriver. And we can just put this line here, and then we can delete it from here, and also from here we'll just write down open new tab with our WebDriver. Again, we can do it here, open new tab and our WebDriver. Now it will open a third tab. So we have 3 window handles. How can we manage with that? First, we can iterate over the set again, but a set in Java is harder to deal with. We can maybe transform this set to an array list. So what I suggest here that we'll write down another method which will call it getWindowHandle as Arraylist. So we can do public Arraylist of strings, and we'll call it getWindowHandles as Arraylist. Of course, we'll need again the WebDriver because we need to transfer it as a parameter to our method. And here the only thing that we need to do is to have this set of window handles. I see that I have a typo. Window handles, and we'll get from the driver get window handles, and then we can return new array list of strings with the set in its constructor. Now we can use this method and we can do much more interesting stuff here. How do we get the new window handle? First, let's store the previous one. We call it other window handle, yeah? So let's store the rain the dog handle. It was the other window handle. Now, how can we know which one is the other window handle? So if we get this array list of the current window handles, let's try to run it in a debug mode so I can explain you something here, okay? First of all, I want to tell you something. Other window handle will equals current window handle dot get and some index here. Let's just write down 0 here. I'm not running this line. I'm trying to run it in a debug mode. So let's run it. I want to tell you something before we continue so it won't be confusing. As you can see, we have the third window handle. Now I'm stepping over. Now we have this list, the current window handles. This is an array list in a size of 3. Okay, so the first one, this one is the Google window handle, as you can see here. The other one is the other window handle and the rain dog window handle, which are the same because I've assigned it this value here. So the third one should be the new one. How can we get that? So we can get the size of the array list here. We can say, let me stop the debug. In order to get the last object in the array list that we have here, we can ask for the size is 3, and the last object is in the position 2 because we start with the index 0. So we'll get the current window handler dot size minus 1. This looks tiresome, yeah? So let's do something else. Let's try maybe to get the new window handle instead of just writing down all of this. So let's write another method. We can call it public or private. Let's do it private. This will get us a string because a window handle is a string. Get new window handle. This one also will need our WebDriver as a parameter. Now, what this method do? We'll take this line and we'll put it here, and we'll take part of this line and we'll put it here. Okay, this is the last position of the current window handles. Now we need to return our current window handle dot get, and then we can get the required index. Now we are sure that whenever we'll ask for the new window handle, it will give us the last one. So in order to switch to this one, we can do the other window handle is get new window handle. Now all we need to do is to switch to this new window, the other window handle. Now we can tell our WebDriver to navigate to YouTube. So it will be HTTP or HTTPS youtube.com. Now let's assert the title. Let's run it again. All of our tests have passed. Last thing we'll do, we'll try to iterate over all of them. So let's do something even nicer. Now that we have all the window handles, we can driver dot switch to window. Now we have the Google window handle, and we can assert that the current title will be Google. Let's just request this title again. Driver dot get title, and let's assert that this title is Google. And lastly, we'll also switch to Rain the Dog. We'll finish here, and we'll do switch to window Rain the Dog handle, and let's assert again this URL. So we found it here. Let's copy this assertion again, and we'll run it. Okay, our test passed. As you saw here, we had several assertions. First, we started with Google, then we open a new tab and navigated to Rent Dog and assert this URL. Then we've navigated to YouTube, and then we assert the title of this tab, and then we went back to Google, we asserted this title again, we went back to Rand the Dog, and we asserted the URL again. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do it now. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. See you again next time. Bye.